Back with a Smokey story today. When Camille and I hadn't been married very long, and I had gotten Smokey from Dad. You've heard those stories if you've looked at some of the earlier videos. But we were running summer camp there, and we had these young ladies that would come for a 2 or 4 week camp and learn to ride and do more things with their horses. And one day, as we were visiting about horses, I said, horses will trail just like a hound. They can follow a trail, and they wouldn't believe me. And I said, I'll tell you what we'll do. I said, y'all can get on your horses and y'all can leave, and I'll give you a 10-minute head start. Now, I'd give them a 10-minute head start, and then I said, you can't get beyond a trot, you can't canter, and I will catch you within an hour. And we'll have Smokey trail you down. Now, our farm and ranch there had 2 major creeks running through it, and we had a lot of blackjack oak and a lot of cedar trees and lots of good trails going through those cattle trails where the girls could hide, and it was 1,600 acres, which means that's a little bigger than that's about 2.5 sections of ground. Okay, so it's 1.5 miles either direction, and they could go beyond that. So anyway, after I timed them, they took off, and I got Smokey and started following the trail, and I'd played with him on this a little bit, and I asked him to put his nose way down, and he did, and he got their scent, and he would canter and trail at the same time. Have his nose 6-8 inches off the ground at a canter. That's an interesting sensation when you're sitting on one, because you have nothing out in front of you. The horse's head is just gone. But anyway, so we took off, and they tried several things of getting away from him, zigging back and forth in some areas, but we caught him within the hour. Now, and if you like to read, you ought to go on Amazon under Camille Wynn and look up one of the books that she and I have written, and it's one called 3 Too Many. And in 3 Too Many, the hero of that is a fellow that we call Sky. He has to, a bad man has taken a girl and captured her and has taken her away. And Sky goes to catch her, goes to find him, to catch him and find her and bring her back. And he rides a horse that trails and tracks. And you can read about that and some other wonderful instances in a book. The book came about because of an assignment a friend gave us to write a movie script. And maybe one day this will get made into a movie. But we wrote the novel instead of a movie script and called it 3 Too Many. But the assignment for the book was this. They wanted a movie that had good, honest horse action in it. Because all of the Western movies, typically they run their horses everywhere they go and they shoot everybody in sight. And they need some that depicted the real West. So we chose the Pony Express area, and Sky was running the Pony Express. And we may talk about this more another time. But anyway, the way this book came about is that we were to have real horse action, honest horse action. It was to have a different kind of romance, but it had to be authentic. And so it centered around the Pony Express and the work and effort keeping the Pony Express running. But the reason for the name 3 Too Many, the different kind of romance, usually you can read a book in the first chapter, you know where it's going. Well, this one, I don't think any of you will know where the romance is going, or you may make some bad assumptions until you get to the last few pages and you see where the romance has gone. But it's a wonderful story. If you're a Lewis Lamar fan, this is what I call a chick's Lewis Lamar. It's about women. Men enjoy it too. It's really a fun book, but you can get that off of Amazon. You either type in 3 Too Many in books or Camary Wynn books, and it'll come up for you. But we have enjoyed having horses that would trail. A lot of them will do that. Comes from the wild horses. They had to sometimes trail each other, and so when it's wild, they start to learn to do things, all kinds of things that you wouldn't think that a normal horse would do. But they did them and did them very well. Smokey especially enjoyed tracking other horses and trailing them down. If you like these stories, you might subscribe, and then you'll get notification when I make a new one. I'm going to try and do some interesting things this next week. We're just Christmas past, and we're not the New Year's yet, and I'm making some of these. So you have a wonderful day, and hope you have a wonderful New Year coming at you. Bye now.